I'm gonna tell you exactly why, and I'm gonna tell you exactly the hidden reason why you guys are not improving at games or anything in life in that matter. All right, whether it's gym, whether it's games, whether it's school, whether it's anything with your skills in baking, academics, anything in between. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly the 3 hidden reasons why you are not improving at these things. Starting with number 1 is consistency, okay? My name is Sean, otherwise known as Shawnzo, and I'm a professional esports player. I'm also a competitive bodybuilder, striving to level up in both things, both at the same time. And nothing happens without consistency, okay? You gotta be doing the same thing every day, and not just like these repetitive, like going through the motions type of thing, but it comes with consistency. I know you guys hear that all the time. You go, oh, you gotta be consistent, you gotta put in the practice, 3,000 hours, 10,000 hours until you master something. It's not about the hours that you put in. It's about doing it consistency and sustainably, okay? It's not that I can put in 8 hours every day into something. I absolutely cannot. I can't do this kind of energy for 8 hours. I'm not a freak. I'm a freak of nature, but I'm not a freak, okay? I could be able to do maybe 1 hour every day of doing videos, or whether it's an hour in the gym, or whether it's an hour of cardio, or whether it's an hour of homework. I can do that consistently, okay? I can do it consistently, and it's sustainable, okay? I could do maybe 8 hours of schoolwork in a day. Like I said, I'm a freak of nature. I could probably do 8 hours in a day, but I couldn't do 8 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'd die, okay? Absolutely not. So the name of the game is consistency, but it's also sustainability. What can you do every day, and what can you keep doing every day? Those 2 hand in hand are tip number 1. Now, another little information tidbit for you guys. I'm actually a professional coach in Smash Bros as well. And what I've seen in all my clients, they always go, Shawnzo, how do you get so good? How do you get so handsome? How did you get that very handsome mustache that you have? I'm like, well, you're born with it. No, but I was actually born out of the womb with this full beard, also with all the muscle, as you can see. But what they ask me is, how did you get so good at Smash Bros? How do I get so good at Smash Bros? I as in the client. How do they get good? How do I practice? What do I do? And what I tell them in every single time is that you need to focus on one thing at a time, okay? Tip number 2 is that you need to play with a goal in mind, okay? Whether it's Smash Bros, whether it's Valorant, whether it's CS, whether it's Rocket League, whether anything that you're doing, when you're going and you're doing your reps, you need to focus on one skill at a time. So for Smash Bros, again, my example, what I'm familiar with is that, for example, my client might have a rolling habit, okay? They roll out of the corner every single time, and it's a crutch. They rely on it way too much, and when I'm playing with them and I'm coaching them, I would slam them for it. I will absolutely obliterate them every single time they roll out of the corner. And I'll tell them, I'll go, hey guys, you know, whatever, Fred, you're rolling way too much. And they go, oh, okay. And then by the end of the session, they go, okay, well, how do I get better at this? How do I get better at the game? They want me to kind of sum it up for them in a sentence, okay? Which is fair, not always possible, but it's fair. And what I'll say to them is, look, next time you hop on a game, don't even worry about winning. Again, whether it's CSGO, whether it's Valorant, whether it's Smash Bros, whether it's Overwatch, there's some kind of skill or some kind of habit that you either have or don't have, whether it's a habit or a skill. And I want you, next time you go into the game, focus on that habit, focus on that skill. So for my client's example, for Fred, he rolls out of the corner every single time. So I go, Fred, I want you to just go into the game and specifically focus on not rolling out of the corner. Even put yourself in an adverse situation. Put yourself in the corner. And then I want you to just mentally not roll out of the corner. I don't care if you get hit. I don't care if you jump off stage. I don't care if you accidentally lose your stock. I don't care if you throw the game entirely. I just want you to not roll out of the corner. That is the only objective. Okay, I don't want you to worry about the combos. I don't want you to worry about what your opponent's doing. I don't want you to worry about your button presses. Just don't roll out of the corner. It sounds so simple. And yeah, you will probably lose the game, right? But the idea of this is to break the habit. Okay, and the reverse goes for skills. So let's say, Fred, you play Pikachu. I want you to learn exactly Nair loops. I want you to learn how to do combos with Pikachu. I want you to do this very specific combo, okay? And Fred goes, yeah, okay. So he goes in the next game, and again, what I want him to do is forget about everything else. I don't want you to use even any other buttons. I don't want you to use any other strategies. I just want you to go for these Nair loops, okay? And what a lot of the time is gonna happen is, yes, he'll lose, but I don't want you to care about losing the game. It's not a performance. It's not oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose the game, I'm a bad player. No, you're throwing on purpose. You are using this for training purposes. If you're in tournament, if you're playing for money, yeah, don't throw the game because you just wanna practice this one thing. But in these practice situations where you have nothing to lose, don't fear of what you have to lose if you have nothing to lose. So again, going back to the story, I wanted Fred to go in and practice nair loops, just specifically, forget about everything else. So he goes in and he just purposely fishes for grabs that will lead him to nair loops. It's like, all right, perfect. And like I said, he's gonna lose the game, but he's gonna get better at that thing. And then once you go into the actual performance portion where you actually are playing for money or you're in tournament or this or that, where there's actually something on the line, now you have that skill. Okay, now I have the nair loop skill. I also have, the habit of rolling out of the corner. That's gone. So you guys can kind of see how this comes into habits where if you want to break a habit, just focus on breaking that habit and forget about anything else. It's kind of like just getting everything off your plate to just focus on this one thing. And when your brain isn't worrying about 70 different things in such a complex game such as Smash Bros. Or Valorant, I can't even imagine you guys where you have all these 360 freaking angles and these flicks and everything. It's entirely different, sure, but the concept is the same. When your brain doesn't have to worry about 70 different aspects or 70 different moving parts of the game, whether it's characters, combos, movement, jumps, crouches, whatever. When your brain only has one thing to focus on, it's very easy for your brain to learn things and improve. When you guys are worrying about so many different things, everything's trying to improve at once. Imagine having 70 different leaking buckets, okay, and you're trying to plug each of them up all at the same time. Like, that's not gonna work. But if your brain only has one bucket to focus on and it's this big, massive pail in this bucket, you can very easily plug it. You can go, boom, plug, okay? And that's how your skill increases. So again, tip number 2, why people are not improving at games is because they're not focusing on a specific goal when they're playing. So have a goal, have a very specific objective of why you're playing. What are you practicing? Have that goal. And number 3, you guys aren't gonna wanna hear it, but it is avoiding the painful challenges. I'm gonna bring you back to the olden days, all right? We're gonna go back to Fortnite. One of my favorites, I don't play it anymore, God bless. But for Fortnite, specifically, you guys didn't wanna drop Tilted Towers. Okay, I was there too, I understand. You guys didn't wanna drop Dusty Depot. You guys didn't wanna drop Dusty Divot, because everybody lands there, right? It was literally scary. People did not wanna go there. That was where you go if you were good, okay, right? That's where everybody that was good landed, that's where all the frags came out. But you didn't want to land there because you were like, I'm gonna get smoked, right? Not gonna use the K word. I didn't want to lose my stock, right? But for specifically avoiding the challenging problems and the challenging practice reps, that's where you guys aren't improving. You guys aren't going out of your comfort zone. Let's say, again, for Smash Bros, let's say I just play online a bunch, right? I got the consistency, I've got, the specific goal in mind, but I just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I make sure, I don't roll out of the corner, but I never had a problem with that in the first place. So all I'm doing is just practicing rolling out of the corner, or practicing rather not rolling out of the corner every single time. And I'm wondering, why am I not getting better? I'm playing this game for years now. And I practice every day and I'm very consistent. I don't go overboard. I don't do too little. I don't do too much. It's because you aren't pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And again, you guys don't want to hear this, but you need to drop Tilted Towers. You need to put yourself in adverse situations. That way you can learn. And again, remember guys, I'm a professional esports player and a competitive bodybuilder. I know this thing. Top link in the description if you guys want to learn more about that. But if you guys really want to be able to push yourself in anything, you need to take yourself out of the comfort zone. You need to be able to push a little bit more. It's like stretching. When you stretch, okay? When I stretch my legs, when I start to throw my leg on the table here and I lean forward, I start to feel a little bit of tension, a little bit more tension, a little bit more tension until, oh my gosh, this hurts, right? My brain goes, Shawnzo, stop. I don't want to do this anymore. And I, as, not monkey brain Shawnzo, I have to go, no, come on, push a little harder, a little harder, a little harder. And that's how you grow. That's how you grow muscles. That's how you grow flexibility. That's how you grow skills, okay? Everybody sucked the first time they tried something. Nobody developed a skill without sucking at it first, okay? You need to push yourself out of your comfort zone. That's why, again, tip number 3 is that you are avoiding the challenging things. You're avoiding the challenging practice that will make you a better player, that will make you a better person, that will make you more skillful in anything that you do, If you guys liked today's video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and do all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys were interested in more of the flexibility, like I was talking about that with my muscle building and flexibility, top link in the description is actually how to build muscle for gamers. It's called Gamer Grind. It's one of my babies here. I love it. I love you guys. I want to hear from you guys too. Leave a comment. What game are you guys playing right now? I actually just uploaded a video about Silksong. You can check it out in one of these top left or right corners of the screen there with the title card. And next video is actually going to be a banger. I'm hoping to share it with you guys in a few days here, so make sure to check that out if it's out already. But if not, I appreciate you guys, and it's Shawnzo signing off. Remember, like I say at the end of all my videos, life is a dice roll. You just got to roll the dice a hell of a lot more than everybody else, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.